Welcome everyone to this lecture. So the lecturer, the speaker today is Ikseon Choi from the University of Georgia. He's also the founder and director of Research and Innovative Learning Lab. So he's my teacher. So he's on my dissertation committee, and also he's a very good friend of mine. Before the pandemic, he has been visiting CCNU quite frequently, doing research on VR-based innovative learning. So we are very glad to have him here today to give a lecture on the topic about how to develop socially responsible educational research programs. So we love educational technology, we love doing educational research, but what is the purpose of research? So I think he's gonna leading the discussion on this topic today. So that's all about Professor Choi, and I think it's time for me to give the floor to Professor Choi and deliver the lecture today.
Thank you, Dr. Patrick. Hi,
you.
Hello everyone. It is my honor to be here to present some of my research examples to share the vision related to the developing socially responsible education research program. I don't know whether or not the translation will work here correctly, but I try to use the English speaking yet Chinese caption, translated captions. I hope this may increase our communication in general. Do you see my PowerPoint screen with the Chinese caption? If so, please let me know, either like say yes or
we can see the English translation.
oh,
no,
really?
we can see, actually we're seeing the English.
English.
Oh no, the Chinese translation, yes. But
Yes,
I think
so you
I
can
don't
see
know.
both English
Yeah,
and
I can
Chinese.
see both, but I'm also seeing the presenter mode.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay. Is this the presenter mode?
I think so.
Okay, let me then switch to my sharing privileges to different option.
Developing socially responsible educational research programs.
Let me see. Give me a second. I will try to. Now you're supposed to.
Yeah, now I can see the PowerPoint. Now I switch back to the presenter mode again.
Oh, is that presenter mode again? Okay. Very interesting. Okay, then I will try one more time with this one. How about this?
Good.
Now
I can see your first PowerPoint slide and the Chinese translation.
Okay,
Looks
very
good.
interesting. Yeah, thank you. And this is my first time to using Chinese translation. And before many sessions, I think Dr. Patrick has been helping me and student being a translator. But today, I think we are using AI translation.
Thanks to technology.
Yes. So first
Yeah.
of all, I'm so glad to see all of you this morning. I am currently traveling to South Korea. So in terms of time differences, I am very close to you guys. It's only 1 hour difference. So I'm still in the morning with you. I used to be like evening or late afternoon, late night for giving this kind of lecture to Chinese students. Anyway, um, like I have been like at the University of Georgia as a professor for 20 years. And during my like 20 years of research experience, at some point I begin to realize that now I'm trying to conduct some good research and publish those research to share a new knowledge and technique and also good method that can be used for teaching and learning. However, I also realized that those kind of published information that I presented is not being shared with many teachers who are actually teaching or changing their classroom. So all of a sudden, I begin to realize that what is the meaning of what I'm doing? Because if people are not reading or using what I've been developing in their classroom, it is useless in terms of my time and my effort. So I begin to realize that are there any way that I can be more uh, not only productive but also creating some more meaningful kind of research outcomes that can be directly used in the classroom or any other learning and teaching context to improve human learning and problem solving. So that is the place I begin to questioning about, what is the ways that we can do those kind of things. And today, instead of me trying to, explain the underlying principle, I want to simply share a few research projects that I have been asked to be listed. Some of them are collaborating with Dr. Patrick, who introduced me today. I'm so excited about the opportunity that working with Patrick and other Chinese scholars with for the Chinese children. But at the same time, this is a kind of great opportunity to build a relationship and friendship between and among scholars in many different countries to address more global issues that every people on earth are suffering, or the global issues that we need to be resolved through the international collaboration. So the first example that I would like to share with you today is one of my major kind of research line. I'm interested in uh, like finding ways to empower people like you to become reflective problem solvers who can make meaningful contributions to improving the given conditions of individuals, local communities, and larger societies. So with this vision, over the last 20 years, I have been doing many different kind of research, but I would like to give you why this is so important and how I have been developing this kind of research agenda as a first example. Let me ask this question. What kind of problem do people solve every day? As a matter of fact, what kind of problem did you solve yesterday? Do you have anything to share? Just one quick kind of, the problem that you solved yesterday. It could be trivial or it could be really giant problem. For some reason I cannot see the text. Just in case if somebody share the chat. Okay, anyway, since I have some challenges to checking with your uh, chat, I will do, that's good. Oh, yes, I can see now. let me go ahead and show some examples. Like, sometimes, people try to go to good college. That is also a big challenge. Job interview, emergency room doctors. The teaching is also a big problem solving, handling with the teenagers or babysitting or creating some new fashion design. If you got some, car accident, or if you have a conflict with your supervisor. But also sometimes, what kind of lunch menu you want to choose for your group, or what kind of things do I have to shop, or kind of grocery shopping. All different kind of things is kind of part of the problem solving, actually. And, Karl Popper is the philosopher, mentioned that all life is problem solving. And actually, the learning is from a problem. I think, we learn from our problem solving process, and that is the kind of the way that we survive here. So basically, the life is basically, the problem solving and learning cycle. Okay. And then I think understanding how people solve the problem, that will also help how people learn from those kind of, experience. This is kind of one of the most natural cycle of human thinking and experience. So, my research question is going to be then how to make problem solving more meaningful for many people. Okay. I think we've touched a lot about how to solve problem effectively or efficiently. There are many kind of adjectives we can use, but I'm particularly interested in that how we can solve the problem in a meaningful way. What do I mean by meaningful way is that is contributing to improving individual or communities, kind of our society's kind of the life, but at the same time, longevity, and not only solving the today's problem, but solving this today's problem will also help to the tomorrow's problem, because sometimes we solve the problem today, but that solution creates another problem or more serious problem tomorrow. So I'm just thinking about what is the way that we can solve the problem in a meaningful way that is not only contributing each individual, but at the same time, the community and society, but at the same time, solving the immediate problem, but not causing any further issues in the future. So for my research, I'm trying to understand the factors that matter for problem solving, and also kind of ways to promote learning from problem solving. But why problem solving is so important? I mean, for me, you may ask, Dr. Choi, you committed for 20 years of research about problem solving, and I'm also plan to continue to do this research for next 20 years, raising a lot of young scholars, and also conducting my own research to contribute to a scholarly community at the same time, the real world kind of teaching and learning context. Why problem solving is so important, and why your life is being dedicated to the problem solving research. Here is an example of why I'm getting interested in. I think, a few decades ago, this is South Korea. One of the bridge is collapsed in the middle of the rush hour. A lot of people killed. And I begin to think about why this kind of, accident occurs. Either when the people design this bridge originally, they may made a mistake in the design. Or when they build the bridge, the people may made a mistake that didn't follow the original design. Or once they build a bridge, they are supposed to maintain properly, but some people made a mistake during that process, and so on and so forth. So basically, it is all about designing or design problem solving, maintaining, maintenance problem solving, logistical problem solving. There are all different kind of problem solving. Somebody or some group of people made a mistake in their reasoning and thinking, and that caused human life. This is the the train crash each other happening in British decade ago. Somebody made a mistake in the programming, so all of a sudden they didn't realize until they crashed that they are using the same railroad. Sometimes the doctors leave their equipment during the operation. So all of a sudden, after they finish operation, they found these kind of things. There are so many people are dying actually from preventable medical errors. And why this kind of medical error occurs? Because the medical doctors made a mistake in terms of reasoning or performance. It is all related to problem solving. So problem solving for me is not merely, kind of simple learning or teaching. Problem solving is related to human life. So it is very serious kind of business that we raise new generation to be a more reflective and thoughtful problem solver who can, lead the situation in a more meaningful way. Because you may, I don't know, you are more likely prospective teachers, then you may teach your children, but those children become doctors, leaders, and political leaders and engineers who may develop, the big architecture of buildings, or who may operate the US surgery, and so on and so forth. So then I think you as a teacher is very important for you to raise next generation as a more, competent and ethically committed, and also, competency-wise is enhanced way. Otherwise, it may cost the human life. So that is the reason why I'm so dedicated to the research about the problem solving. Okay. Then why, it has been, but, if you look at the real teaching and learning context, the teaching real world problem solving has been challenging. And also you may not, or we may not experience much about meaningful learning experience related to the real world problem solving. We often, experienced good at doing some multiple choice test or some exam. But when we go to the real world, well-trained student may not perform well in the real world context and situation, because we have been teaching real world problem solving to the classroom student well. And why that is happening? Because we don't know much about how to teach real world problem solving. That is the reason why we need to conduct some research to discover some better ways of teaching real world problem solving. Teaching real world problem solving is fundamentally different from teaching, paper and pencil test. Okay, let me go a little bit deeper level of the underlying thought process of why and how problem solving works.